Hi, welcome to the Live More with Ray show. We have a fantastic guest today, and we're just so excited that you would just sit with us and talk with us. My friend Patricia Carrera is here, and she's going to talk to us about insurance and being in business, being a woman in business, and some of the things that she learned, and maybe it will be able to help you. You know, a lot of times we want to do things in life, and I just heard someone talking today that motivation is very rarely there when we need it. So today, I want you to be motivated. I want you to hear from another person that's out there doing her thing. She's actually in business. She's taking care of business, and she just hasn't been there for 1 or 2 years. She's been there for 25 plus years. So without further ado, why don't you welcome Patricia Carrera to the show.
Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you,
how are
Ray.
you?
I'm doing very well, Ray.
Good. So we had this awesome meeting. Someone gave me your card, and they asked me to reach out to you because you do some workshops, and you come into a senior center, and you talk to the seniors.
Absolutely. I found that they need a lot of help.
Okay.
Sometimes being misled. So I felt that because that happened to my mom.
Okay.
So I took it as a personal thing to help them.
Right. So what we're going to talk about today is just pretty much the barometer of what's going on with our seniors and healthcare, and how it's almost, like you said, it's almost open enrollment season, and you know they are embedded. They are hit with all kinds of stuff coming from left to right, packages and packages and packages, and sometimes they're really not in a state of mind to where they can actually do their own thinking it through, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So you started talking about something happened to your mom. Would you care just to share a bit of the story?
Sure.
Not the whole story, but a bit of the story, what triggered you to move forward with what you're doing?
Sure. Previous to doing the seniors, I was just doing regular health insurance, life insurance, disability. Didn't get involved with the Medicare side until I'm sitting with my mom one time, the phone rings, and she picks it up, and the other person must have said something very disturbing to her, and she really got upset, and in her Latin English said, "No call me no more," and boom, she slammed the phone, and that wasn't like my mom.
Right.
And so I asked her what happened, and she said someone kept calling her and insisting to come to the house. I said, "Come to the house," and we do that. We do go to people's homes, but that is if they want us to go to their home. And years ago, that wasn't happening. They would really much like force themselves to people's homes. So I started looking into this, and I really did it because of her. And I started getting the training. I started studying, getting certified, and all that. And the more I got involved, the more I saw the need.
Right.
They really didn't understand the overwhelming of packages that they received, and that's what really triggered it, was my mom.
Right. So let me just back up a little bit. So Patricia Carrera owns a brokerage company, and she is located in New Jersey. And the brokerage company does life insurance and health insurance and long term and all that. However, we're just really talking about what really got you into the Medicare component of it. And I don't know if you, the viewer, have ever been involved with helping a senior with the Medicare component. However, there's an enrollment time, an open annual enrollment time, where they can either change or keep their same, or just get new information.
Correct.
However, the information is always changing depending on what state you live in, what county you live in, who's out, who's up, who's down. And our seniors are at I wouldn't say a prey of that, but however, they're getting all of this information and they're not being educated on really some things. I don't know about you, but I've never had I've had a class, but my mom has never had a class on Medicare and Medicaid and all that, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the supplements, the non-supplements and all that. So what we're talking about is taking care of our seniors and having the knowledge to be supportive to them. And not always after the sale, so much as helping them with wisdom and knowledge and getting them. And a lot of times they don't have children, or they don't have loved ones close enough to them to help support.
No support,
And usually they pick their own the different types of health insurance from the perspective of what their friend has.
Yes.
Right. So, so first of all, I just want to thank you for understanding this unspoken I guess, unspoken area of what's going on with our seniors.
Yes.
You know, seniors in itself, you know, I'm getting there, and I'm getting there real fast, and I'm realizing that there's so much need for that unserviced population.
Yes.
They're serviced in so many ways, but then they're not serviced in another whole component. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you for the invitation.
So speak to us a little bit about, you know, after that. After you helped Mom, then what happened?
Well, I got involved in, again, like you mentioned, the ABCD, and really try to understand the components, how it affects a person's health coverage, as well as financially. Everybody has a different risk.
Right.
So one may go this way, one may go that way, and sometimes what your neighbor, your friend has may not be the right one for you.
Right.
Most of the time, they'll tell me, you know, I so-and-so asked me to call you. I want to have the same thing she does or he does. And I say, well, that's good for them, but let me talk about you. What are your needs? What do you need? And sometimes, not all of us are very ethical, and sometimes they just say, oh, here, you know, this is it. It doesn't cost you anything. Don't worry about it. Zero, boom, sign on the dotted line. And that's not all. You really have to have the patience and really detail the information to some seniors.
Right.
Some not.
Right.
It all depends on, we all learn at different paces.
Right.
And we all come from different backgrounds, so the understandings are all different, and you have to try to understand and try to complement the need.
Right.
And that's what I try to do. It could take me an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes just to have that person understand.
Right.
Most of the time I'll ask them if they have a loved one that can sit, have a conference call with them, because I want to make sure you know, they're understanding it.
Right. So you go there or you have a conference call.
Correct.
However, I also think it's understanding not only their needs, but their doctors. Who are the doctors in their plan or they're not in their plan? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's very important also, because many doctors, sometimes the doctors themselves don't understand insurance. And sometimes they have misled them to pick a certain plan.
Right.
So that's also very important.
Right.
They're very, they do respect their doctors, but they also need to understand that they need to know what's good for them, not for that doctor's pocket.
Right. Yeah. And then also too, and not anything against doctors, but we just want an educated consumer.
Yes.
So that when they make their decisions and they make their choices, they're very educated.
Yes.
And the one thing I would like to say too is a lot of our communities, not only you know, a lot of our communities don't get together. They don't depend on one another. Our Latino community. So you're also Spanish speaking as well. So you're able to help them understand that. So your brokerage as opposed to company, what's the difference between an insurance brokerage and a company?
We're able to offer several carriers, insurance companies, versus just one. There are many out there that are very good, but that one may just have one or two plans. That one, though it's a very good company, may not be the plan for that person. So we're able to offer several insurance companies, and each one may have 2-3 different plans. Depending, again, their medical need, their financial pocket, that we're able then to try to accommodate that. So as a broker, we're able to offer different companies.
Okay. And it's my understanding that you're licensed in New York and
New Jersey. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, good. So just tell us, was this a dream? You know, I know you said your mom, but was being in business, being a business owner, was this a dream of yours? No.
Sorry to cut you short there, but no, it wasn't. What came about was I was working for an insurance company in different stages, and in 2008, when everything was going kaput, the company had to downsize.
Okay.
That same year, my mom went through a quadruple bypass. She went through a lot of medical things. And Christmas Eve, I got laid off. So I said, okay. So my family sort of knew I would be home sometimes because the job allowed me to work from home sometimes.
Right.
So I didn't tell them anything Christmas. I didn't tell them anything New Year's. But after that, they sort of saw me at home too many times.
Right.
And finally, I had to break the news what had happened. And so I had to take care of my mom. She had a small long-term care policy, so that kind of helped me maneuver my schedule. And I said, okay, I have this background that I've learned. I mean, we had tremendous amount of training where I came from. Previous to that, other companies that I worked for. And I said, okay, I just have to put all that and put it here and kind of concentrate on that. So I started looking into several companies. I wanted to make sure these companies were financially stable and very good companies. I don't want to offer something with a fly-by-night company. So I got involved with many of good companies out there. I got certified and appointed with them, and then just started growing from there. Started training there, kept growing. Trained there and kept growing. Networking was a lot, a big influence on me trying to learn the ropes. I mean, I knew from my background what I needed to do, but to go out there now with 0 clients, other than my mom, you know, because where I left, I couldn't take that book of business with me. So I started at 0. So it was very tough. And a lot of people were just telling me, Patty, just make your calls, cold calling, you know, a lot of networking. Got involved with very smart people. People that wanted something for their lives, not just, you know, everything was coming to them, but really out there trying to help people. And that was my focus. Yes, I'm going to be doing different branches of the insurance, but being there to help the person, not just sign on the dotted line. So I was very focused on that. So I sort of picked who I wanted to associate with, and they're learning what they did, how they did it, kind of helped what my way of thinking. Took, you know, a package that I had and invested on myself, and that kind of helped me move along. Took out money out of my 401k and things like that. So it was rough. I'm not saying it was easy. And you know, I remember somebody told me, they said, Patty, if you make it for 3 years, just think of that number. I said, wow, 3 years. That
seemed like 30 years.
But, you know, little by little and doing the right thing, people, you know, will call me and say, you know, so-and-so gave me your name. And I was like, wow, you know, I just felt so good what you do for them. So that just went on and on and on. And I felt very good about it. You know, I knew I was able to help someone. Yes, I get paid, but it was the fact that that component, that policy or whatever, was able to help them in whatever situation they were in. So
wow. So that sounds like a great success story. And 25 plus years later, you're still doing it, still smiling, right? And still serving people. And that's really important, because a lot of times, of course, we all go into business to make money. However, money isn't all that satisfaction. Right. Seeing the client satisfied, and then the repeat of business, then the recommendation of business is really, really powerful.
That was very encouraging to me, when I started getting my first referral without even asking. I said, because I didn't know how to ask. You know, I was new. Before I worked for a company, they provided everything. Now I had to go get it. So I didn't know how to ask for a referral. I just serviced you, and I think I did it well. And, you know, thank you very much. And I left, and I sent them a thank you card. And, you know, what would I like someone to do for me? I started doing my own. What would someone like do for me? I put them in my database.
Service. The customer service.
That to me is very important. So their birthday, I sent them a birthday card. So at first I was handwriting them. And then as things went on, you know, I got my first referral. I said, wow, well, how did you find me? Because I wanted to thank the person, run to that person, thank you very much. And it was that was, I think, more satisfactory. Till today, that's still more satisfactory, knowing that someone gave me that name on.
You know, years ago, business was handled differently, you know, and business is handled okay now. However, that customer service and that referral, that was so important. It's not like, you know, how they have some of these customers referrals where you write down 20 names and you give the person that.
Well, there are companies out there, and that's why I've also come into that. I've selected some because some want you on a quota. I don't work for a quota because you're actually yes, that company may be a very good company, but you have to try to meet those numbers.
Right.
Well, that product may not be the right product for that person.
Exactly.
And because you're trying to meet that quota.
Exactly.
You know, so I don't work with people on a quota, but you're right. And they would teach us, ask them to pull out their cell phones and ask them.
For all their contacts.
And before the cell phone was, let them take out their telephone book.
Right.
I mean, how can you do that? You know, I've never done that. And so, again, I sent out my first birthday card. I sent out my first thank you card. And on that card, I said, I was so appreciative of that, you know. And I said, I thank you very much. And again, I didn't know how to ask for referrals again. But as time went by, now I do have a card that says thank you very much. I'm happy. I'm pleased that you were happy with my services. If you have someone that can, use my services, I'd be more than happy. Now I kind of know.
Right.
But it didn't come easy. I didn't know how to ask.
Right.
I had something. I knew it was good, and I would just talk to a person. What do they need? Well, this is what I offer. And I didn't sell. I'm more of a consultant. Until today, I'm still consultatively. I've turned away business because this is not the right time for them.
Right.
On the Medicare, if their employer plan is offering them a great plan.
Right. Don't switch.
Yeah. And they have very little contribution level. No. Stay there.
Right.
If you want to keep my card, call me in 2-3 years, or But right now, I've turned away. And that you do good. Good's gonna come back.
Right. And I was just so last year I knew friends of ours that were doing the Medicare, and they were telling us if people would switch people just to switch them.
I see that a lot.
Yeah. And then they call you, my doctor's not in, and all of that. Yeah. And that's one of the most horrible things, to go to the doctor at a senior, and you can't pay for that doctor, but you need that doctor, especially specialists. So really it is just, and a lot of seniors are using specialty doctors as primary doctors. Yes. So that's to be.
Yeah.
So
there's certain. I'm sorry to interrupt. There's certain plans that you have to really explain how it works.
Right, the breakdown.
And there are others that, like a supplemental plan, is a little easier, but you still need to understand because of certain plans that are there.
Right.
But there are other, what you call advantage plans. You have to really detail that and have to really walk that person through and how it works.
Right.
It's a little bit different.
Right. And then seniors, they have to think about not only their doctors being covered, not only their medications being covered, not only what time of year it is in reference to enrollment or ex-rollment, or if they move to live with their daughter or sister after a certain amount of time, they have to switch, blah, blah, blah. And then they have to worry about how they're going to pay for it.
Yes.
Right? Because a portion of it, they still have to pay for B or something like that.
Sure.
So, it's really, really important, and I really am grateful that you're doing a service. I would say it's a ministry. I would say it was something that you're really called to do.
And let me, now that you said ministry, I have called, Bergen County has a helpline for abused elders.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I have found some elders that physically, they look abused. And when I questioned it one time, they told me it was a medication. And I know that medication, those bruises does not do that.
Right.
So I was able to, I've only seen 2.
Right.
And I just, called them up and I told them, to visit them, and I'm sure I was taken care of. So that's very important.
Wow.
You have to see beyond what you're doing.
Right. And the other thing is, someone has to be overseeing the seniors. Yeah. They've given their lives. They've been in war. They've fought. They taught. They they trained. They
need that respect.
Right. They need that. Yeah. They need that component in their lives. Right now it's time for them to not so much leave, but just be a part of a society that is welcoming and being able to open doors and give them a sometimes when I see seniors and they're buying a cup of coffee, I'll buy them a cup of coffee.
Very nice.
So it's really, really powerful. And it's really powerful for our viewers to know that there's someone out here that's watching your seniors. What you're working every day. Who's covering? Who's helping?
Yeah.
That kind of thing, and that's real important. We really, really only have 10 more minutes to talk about what's going on. Is there anything that you'd like to tell us about your brokerage or your story or something that would be of support of someone? Maybe there's someone that's, watching and they was like, insurance agents aren't like they used to be years ago. Years ago, it was almost a caliber of a person to do that, insurance business. However, people are getting in it for the wrong reason.
Yeah, especially now.
Exactly.
Because they know how many baby boomers are going in. And unfortunately, just this morning I was telling Dale, I was on the road all day, I was in a training. And I met a lot of new faces, and that was when oh yeah, how you doing? What got you involved? Oh, there's the baby boomers, and that wasn't, so how long you been in there? Oh, I just got in there last year and I can't wait. And so what are you doing with the people last year? What do you mean? Well, are you going to call them, service them, making sure their prescriptions are good for next year?
Right.
Well, they get the information from the insurance company. Yes, they do, but that's not, it's not black and white.
Right.
So not that I call every single client, because I don't, but I do a card. I send out cards, and I ask them, how was your day? How was you doing? Open enrollment's coming up. Please call me, because I can't call them.
Right.
Okay, so I need them to call me. What happened
Did anything
this
work?
year?
Did not
what
work?
changed? Exactly. So then I know, okay, this is what we need to change. So yes, I do find a lot going in for the wrong reason. That's probably in any field. Right. Unfortunately, it's sad that it's on the senior side, but I guess that wouldn't happen in every field. I would say if anyone right now is going through any challenges of starting a new business or starting a new job, I guess I would say, we all need to crawl before we start walking. It's all a learning curfew that we all need. And just grab onto that and just hang in there, because if it's meant to be that you should be there, you will pass through.
Right.
It will come, but everyone needs to be trained. I'm sure as an actress, she or he doesn't go up there and starts acting. There's a lot of training. So
a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
And stuff that we don't see. So there is a lot of that. I'm a single mom, so that's not easy either, but just hang in there, and just be an example for the kids. And nowadays, there's a lot of kids out there that need to see others doing well. And I don't mean financially, I mean overall. They're there, they're doing a job, they're taking care of the kids. They need to see that. There's a lot of things with our kids that are happening nowadays that are not good.
Okay. So being in business and being a woman of color, what would you say to that person that's really saying, there's so many businesses, What would you say?
There are a lot of us. There are a lot of agents. Like I said this morning, I saw in a number of things. I think what distinguishes one from another is when you sit down and speak to someone and you see that they can see whether you're real. And if you're really there to care for them, yes, you have this product, but you're there and you're really helping them. They see that. And that will go, that will go far. They remember that, you just didn't go there to get an application, but you really were there and you cared for them through that.
Right.
You really took the time and explained it and expressed your care. And just hang in there, really nothing good is easy.
Right.
You just got to work at it.
Right. So we're going to put your information up on the TV, and we hope that those of you that are watching, just give Patricia a call. Patty, I call you Patricia, but give her a call. You heard her story. She's here in New York and New Jersey as well, and please, whatever questions you have, her email address, you have the website address and the phone number. So give her a call if there's questions. You don't mind answering questions, right?
I do that throughout the year. Right. I do, I go to meetings, and not just for the application, just to educate the population,
Right, so listen, we just really want to say thank you. And I know we have a few more minutes, but I want to know, what does the future look like for you and your business?
It's hopefully it's continuing to grow.
Okay.
Which I am very happy about that.
Are you looking for agents? Are you not?
Not right now.
Okay.
I don't know that aspect of having an employee. I don't know how to handle that. It's me, myself, and I, and the Holy Spirit.
And the Holy Spirit, right.
I don't know. I'm more than happy. I have actually seen other agents in other companies that they're struggling and with the quotas, and I have told them where to go, who to talk to, and kind of guided them to the big guys, the general agents that they help and service the agents.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Okay.
But I have guided them. I've told them things that worked for me and things that didn't work for me, so that they don't waste their money.
Right.
And kind of show them the ropes. I've given them my number and said, look, you have a question, call me.
Right.
I have a problem with them because I know what it was, me alone. I didn't have no one. So I don't want that for them. And so they call me, they email me, and so that's how I've helped them.
So you're mentoring, you're giving forward and you're pulling on.
Yeah, because I can't, employees I can't have agents. I don't know how to do that side of it. So I'd rather not, I'll help you another way.
Right. That's really nice. And we really, really thank you. And we really value our friendship with you. It's really a blessing that we met. We had a lovely conversation, and you're doing a wonderful job. And I really feel your heart on all of this. And I just pray that you have a successful season, an open enrollment season. Not only that, but just that business will come your way. And not only that, when we do business, we're just not doing business for us. We're doing business for the kingdom. And that's really powerful, right?
Yes,
because
absolutely.
we have a higher power that's looking over us and governing us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we are really, really grateful. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Carrera Brokerage, LL. Yeah, I got it. LLC, we thank you, and if there's anything we can do to help you anymore, we're not only going to have it on TV, but we'll have it on YouTube as well.
Thank
you.
And
I just want to say thank you to the audience. You have been so patient with us. You have been with us for the last 3 years, going on our 4th year, and we're really, really appreciative. And one thing I want to just say to you, if you're out there and you've been watching the show and you have something you want to say to us about the show, or you want to have a comment or whatever, you have our Instagram, you have our email, you have our phone number, you have our Twitter, you have everything you need to know about Live More with Ray. However, I just want to say that if you're living out there and you're living on purpose and you have a product or you have something you really believe in your heart that you want to share, why don't you contact us and give us a call? Or maybe it's someone that you know that really won't pick up the phone and say, hey, but however, you'll call us and let us know. Doesn't matter where they live, we can talk to them, we can do interviews or over the phone, we could do interviews on television, wherever the case may be. Listen, it is very, very empowering and very, very loving to know that you're watching our show. We thank you because we're living on purpose and we're living more and fearing less. So thank you for looking in at the Live More with Ray show. God bless you and hope to see you soon.